If you think that throwing a for sale sign in your front yard is good enough in this hot market, you might want to sit down. Because skipping the marketing is just wrong. You don't want to skip the marketing. And let's explain why.
So even in the seller's market, how you present and promote your home makes a huge difference in price, in the speed of the sale, and how many buyers fall in love with your property.
Are you thinking about selling your home or curious what great marketing can do for your home? Give us a call. We're Chad and Aalia Scott, your Kenosha area realtors here. Call or text us at 262-331-1621 or connect with us at any of the links down here in the description. We're happy to help you out any way that we possibly can.
And what's the worst real estate or listing description you've ever seen? Drop it down in the comments so we could all share a laugh or cringe.
We've all seen those terrible listing descriptions. Let's all laugh at it together.
Okay, so talking point number one, just because it's hot doesn't mean it's smart to be lazy. So yes, homes are selling quickly. We all agree with that, right? Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean that they're selling for the best possible price. So take me, for instance, a full-time teacher. I have students who put in less effort on the assignments. Yes, they get it done quickly. However, they don't get the full points. And then it does translate into the real estate world as well. If you put less effort into your marketing, this means that it does not go for the asking price or the price that you want, that you're looking for. A lot of the sellers want over asking, but if you're not going to put forth the effort in order for it to be shown or be visible, you're not going to get your price that you have in mind. So what was or have been your experience in regards to having sellers come to you after a futile effort in regards to their selling of their home?
So I've had sellers come to me in the past and say, you know what, Chad, my realtor in the past, they didn't market my house very well. The only thing they did is what every realtor does. They put a sign in the yard, they list it in the MLS, which goes to all the other affiliate sites. It goes to Zillow, Realtor.com, Homes.com, all those hundreds of other websites, it goes on those websites, but that's all they did. They didn't do a video tour, they didn't do a floor plan in the MLS, they didn't do anything else, which by the way, Aalia and I do all that stuff for you. We do video tours, we do all the fancy stuff, we get hundreds of thousands of views of eyes on your listing. Mm-hmm. We have realtors that ask us, why do you want thousands of eyes on your listings? Because while it may not be somebody local looking at your listing, somebody that's out of state or out of the area may see your listing and know somebody that lives in the area that wants to buy your house. You never know who's looking at your listing and may want to buy it or know somebody that does want to buy it. So we want as many people as possible to see your listing and possibly know somebody that wants to buy it.
After all, it is a small world.
Number 2, professional photos and videos still sell the lifestyle, not just the home. Mm-hmm. So grainy photos and cell phone pics are not going to cut it. You want professional pictures. Now, I still look at the MLS every single day. It's part of my job, of course. Aalia looks at it every single day, too. It's part of our job. Mm-hmm. And we still see listing after listing of agents taking listing pictures with their cell phones. Now, granted, cell phones today have fantastic cameras on them. You know, cameras of today are far superior of cameras 5, 10, 15 years ago. The cameras in our pocket are worth thousands of dollars. But if you don't know how to use them, cell phone pictures are absolutely terrible.
Unfortunately, with cell phone pictures, you can actually spot the problem. It does not enhance your your improvements that you put in, the actual highlights of your favorite. We all have that favorite side of our face when we take pictures, right?
Our good side.
Our good side,
yep.
Right? Mine is bright. So that also translates into the house. A lot of the houses have their good sides, and unfortunately with the cell phones, no matter how advanced they are, will always show the bad side of that room or that place.
when you're using a cell phone. Now, I've seen some realtors take cell phone pictures that still look decent, you know, even pretty good. But you have to have the right lighting. Lighting is what matters the most. If you don't have the right lighting, your cell phone pictures are going to look absolutely horrible. So that is key. Drone shots I don't think are super important in today's market just because everything is selling almost no matter what. For drone shots, do enhance the listing pictures. They do just enhance your listing. Makes it just that much better, just that step above everybody else's listing. Because how many people are actually doing drone shots in our market right now? When you're scrolling through Zillow, how many listings do you see that have drone shots? Really just the luxury listings, right? You know, if you don't look and you see like a $250,000 listing, do you see any drone shots with that listing?
No.
Probably not.
Very, very little. With the drone shots, yes, it may be an extra price to whatever package you're seeing. But as a buyer, when we've bought our house, if we had seen the location, the amount of yardage ahead of time, that would have been like, okay, this is what I really want, and saved our time for all the houses that we kind of said no to.
It could have sold the house before you even stepped in set foot in the house. And then a video walkthrough of the house. You know, Aalia and I, we love doing video walkthroughs of the house. That definitely sells a house to a buyer. If a buyer can see a video walkthrough of the house, they can see themselves in the house before even stepping foot in your house. That definitely sells a house before they even set foot in your house, is a video walkthrough. That is very important to do. If your agent is not doing a video walkthrough of your house, you need to ask them why they're not doing a video walkthrough of your house.
Okay, so it comes to our next tip. Is strategic marketing actually brings more buyers, meaning that it'll create more competition, meaning that it will create more money. And those who are selling knows that they want those over asking price amounts. And this is where it comes from. You need an agent like us who will bring in multiple offers. And these don't happen by accident. They actually happen because more buyers see your home and actually want it. Those drone pictures, bring those out, those video walkthroughs, have that buyer who is looking at your listing imagine themselves inside that home. Even if the home is empty, virtual staging that we do will help generate that creativity.
We create that FOMO for the buyer. They don't want to miss out on your home.
Exactly. And like I said, I'm tying to teaching. I teach to the universal learner, meaning that I provide lessons which will attract and help those who are more out of the box thinking. They are more creative, imaginative. And that also pertains to our general public. Not everyone is a visual, imaginative person, which is fine. However, that virtual staging that we do will help our sellers, our buyers, to imagine themselves in there and imagine certain furniture in it as well. Paid ads, that we put money behind ads to increase the radius and where your listings are being showed. Email marketings. What else, Chad?
Social media reels. So we create a reel. You know, those are those 30-second to 1 minute reels that everybody loves to scroll through on TikTok, Facebook Reels, YouTube Reels. We do those for your house. Make sure that it gets the most exposure possible. We do syndication to all the other websites like Zillow, Realtor.com, Homes.com. I mean, every realtor does that. That's nothing special to us. But we like to throw that in there just so that you know that we do that. Just everything that the biggest thing that we do is the paid ads, because most realtors don't do that. We make sure that we put some money behind your house, and we pay advertising, Google pay-per-click ads, Facebook advertising. That's how we get those thousands of eyeballs on your listing, to make sure that your house gets seen by the most people possible.
And here's this quick story. We just got a phone call from an out of town buyer who's looking for a house that they've seen on Facebook. Because that rare agent put money behind an ad, it captured the attention of that buyer. So something to think about. And we are known for our video listing videos as well as reels and stuff. look out for the funny glasses, realtors.
Who doesn't love some fun glasses? Mm-hmm. So good marketing saves time and keeps your prices high. So the longer
a home sits, the more buyer wonder what's wrong with it. We've actually had a few friends whose houses have sat on the market for so long, and they come to us like, why? Don't know why people are not showing or seeing our house. But then we pull up their listing and they're sitting for like 50 plus days on the market, and knowing quite well our buyers have said, what's wrong with this? We've shown houses that have been on the market for over 100 days, and they go like, what's wrong with this house? That's the first question they ask us.
That's always the first question out of every buyer's mouth. If the house has been on the market for longer than 30 days, what's wrong with the house? Why is it still listed on the market? Sometimes there's nothing wrong with the house. Sometimes there's something wrong with the house.
Or just the marketing, because of the reach isn't reaching enough people and showing those pictures, the good side of that house. So it's a whole bunch of combination of things. The stronger the interest in the early ons when the house sits, when the house hits the market, the faster the offers come. Cleaner deals, and then fewer price drops. So when that house is sitting for so long, we do recommend the sellers to drop the price to entice the public for it. That also,
it's a price improvement, not a price drop.
I'm sorry, price improvement.
We like to say that your best offer is usually your first offer, because usually the first offer that comes in is usually your best offer. We like to say that your best offer is the one that's on the table. The one that you have is always your best offer. You don't want to wait around for the next offer, the offer that could come in that might be higher than the offer that you have, because the only offer that you know that you have is the offer that you have in front of you. You don't want to sit around and wait for the next offer that could come in, because that might not ever come in. You never know.
So step number 5, and this is our last step, is marketing actually builds trust and adds professionalism.
Buyers can sense when a seller or agent is cutting corners. So when you're using cell phone for pictures and you're not, putting money behind your listing, you're not doing the paid advertising.
Or professional photos.
But buyers can tell that. They take a look at the listing and they're like, this listing just doesn't seem like all the others. There's a house 2 doors down where they have professional pictures and it just looks a lot nicer online.
What are they hiding?
Yeah, the houses are exactly the same. They're priced pretty much the same. I'd rather go see the house with professional photos because it just looks nicer online. There's nothing wrong with the other house that doesn't have the professional pictures, but the house that does have the professional pictures, it just looks better online, and it piques the interest of the buyers to begin with. So if your realtor is cutting corners just to save costs, those upfront costs, it'll hurt you as a seller in the long run.
So thoughtful branding actually shows care, attention, and to this end that the seller actually values their home. So the seller is actually putting some money in this agent, either trusting time because this agent can provide more up-to-date, more professional photos and showing that huge lot and putting forth that time to market their house. It actually shows the caring of the sellers. This is my home. I do want to sell it, but could be your home kind of thing. So Chad actually, a little backstory, he used to sell cars, right? So
briefly.
Very briefly. But he's actually has a little story in regards to selling cars with a cell phone picture versus the actual professional photo. How often did you sell when you use your cell phone picture of that car to promote you as a car salesman?
So when we got a brand new car on the lot that was absolutely stunning and I wanted to try and sell to my sphere of influence on Facebook or something, I would go out there and I would take some pictures with my cell phone before the lot photographer professionally took some pictures of it himself, and I would put it on my Facebook, try to get my sphere of influence to come in there and take a look at it and ask me some questions. Sometimes it would work. Usually it wouldn't because, you know, my cell phone, it would take okay pictures, but they weren't always the best. You know, they'd be crooked, they'd be off-centered, sometimes be a little bit blurry.
And grainy because back then it wasn't the top of the line iPhones.
That's right. I used to have an Android back then. Mm-hmm. And not even the most expensive Android, a pretty cheap Android back then. Mm-hmm. But then when the lot photographer came out with his pictures, I would put those pictures online and promote those ones on Facebook. And I would get call after call after call about those pictures then. People wanting to come see that car. Be like, Chad, that car looks absolutely spectacular. You know, I have all these questions about it. How many miles does it have on it? What kind of engine does it have on it? What's the price on it? Can I lease it? Can I buy it? What's down payment required for it? What would the monthly payments be on it? You know, obviously I want them to come in and talk about it and try and sell the car. So, you know, obviously just like car sales, home sales are the same way. You want to have top of the line pictures to try and entice buyers to come in and take a look at your house.
Exactly.
You want them to come in instead of just looking at it online. So yeah, this is the hot market, but your home deserves top dollar. It also deserves the top marketing.
And if your agent isn't willing to go above and beyond for your biggest investment, we know someone who will.
And we definitely will, so don't worry about that. So call or text us at 262-331-1621 or click on any of the links below here in the description. We help buyers and sellers just like you every single week.
And we'll show you exactly how we market homes that sell fast and for more.
Can't wait to see you next week on the next video.